Hello, investors, tech enthusiasts, and followers of the future of finance. Welcome to our channel, where we bring you the most relevant and up-to-date news about the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and global financial markets. Today, we're going to talk about a historic milestone that shook the traditional financial world. Bitcoin didn't just rise again, and it surpassed the giant Amazon and is now part of the list of the 5 most valuable assets on the planet. That's right. In an impressive journey, Bitcoin reached new records, and for the first time in history, its market capitalization surpassed $3 trillion, putting it side by side with companies like Apple, Microsoft, Saudi Aramco, and Alphabet, Google, thus occupying a position among the 5 largest assets in market value on the globe. This is a symbolic and practical moment of institutional acceptance of Bitcoin as a global store of value, and you'll understand all of this here, step by step. What's driving Bitcoin's rising? Bitcoin's recent rise has been driven by several factors, both macroeconomic and geopolitical. Here are the main ones: reduction in inflation and expectation of interest rate cuts. In the United States, the most recent data shows a significant slowdown in inflation, leading the Federal Reserve to signal possible interest rate cuts as early as the second half of 2024. This creates a more favorable environment for alternative assets such as gold and Bitcoin, which are seen as hedges against the devaluation of fiat currencies. Accelerated institutional adoption. Large hedge funds, banks, and even governments are increasing their positions in Bitcoin. With the approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs by the US, millions of institutional investors now have easy access to the asset. Companies such as BlackRock, Fidelity, and ARK Invest have been buying large amounts of BTC to include in their strategic portfolios. Global currency crises, countries such as Argentina, Turkey, Venezuela, and Nigeria are facing severe economic and monetary crises. Citizens of these nations are flocking to Bitcoin as a way to protect their assets from hyperinflation and government control. This global movement only reinforces the thesis that Bitcoin is a digital currency of free choice, technical innovation, and increased liquidity. Layer 2 solutions such as the Lightning Network enable fast and cheap transactions, making Bitcoin viable as a medium of exchange. In addition, decentralized exchanges, DEXs, and institutional custody platforms are offering greater security and ease for those looking to invest. Shifting regulatory narrative. After years of resistance, many countries are beginning to recognize Bitcoin's role as a legitimate asset. Countries such as El Salvador have adopted Bitcoin as legal tender, while others, such as Japan, Switzerland, and Singapore, are creating clear regulations to encourage blockchain-based financial innovation. Bitcoin overtakes Amazon in global value. According to data from the CoinMarketCap website and traditional financial market sources, Bitcoin's total capitalization has surpassed $3 trillion, placing it ahead of Amazon, which had been in 5th place for several years. To give you an idea, Amazon, one of the most powerful companies in the world, has an estimated market capitalization of around $1.8 trillion. This means that Bitcoin, despite being decentralized and without controllers, is already valued more than giants in retail, technology, and digital services. This historic achievement marks a cultural shift. The world is beginning to recognize Bitcoin not just as a cryptocurrency, but as a new type of asset, scarce, immutable, global, and resistant to manipulation. Why are large investors buying Bitcoin? In addition to macroeconomic pressure, There is another important reason for Bitcoin's rise. Major players in the financial market are betting on it as a new asset class. Here are some reasons. Limited supply. Only 21 million Bitcoins will be mined, ensuring scarcity. Digital store of value. Many experts call Bitcoin digital gold due to its ability to preserve value over time. Protection against systemic crisis. With the increase in global public debt and the expansion of monetary issuance, Bitcoin emerges as a decentralized alternative. Financial freedom. Bitcoin allows direct transfers between people without intermediaries, which attracts advocates of economic freedom. Companies such as MicroStrategy, Tesla, Square, and even sovereign funds from some countries are already accumulating large amounts of BTC as a strategic reserve. Bitcoin in emerging economies. While developed countries debate regulation and oversight, emerging economies are using Bitcoin as a tool for financial survival. In places where the local currency loses value daily, Bitcoin becomes a safe haven. In countries like Nigeria and Argentina, for example, the volume of Bitcoin transactions has grown exponentially in recent weeks. Applications like Strike, Cash App, and decentralized wallets are allowing anyone anywhere in the world to have access to a truly global and inclusive financial system. What's next for Bitcoin? With this accelerated growth, analysts are revising their projections. Some predict that by the end of 2024, the price of Bitcoin could exceed $150,000, especially after the next halving event scheduled for April this year. The halving will halve the reward paid to miners for each verified block, which has historically created artificial scarcity and pushed the price upwards. And in addition, the race for Bitcoin ETFs continues to heat up, with new approvals also arriving in Canada, Europe, and Asia. This should further open the market to billions of new investors. Security tips for those who want to invest in Bitcoin. If you're considering entering this market, it is essential to act responsibly. Here are some important tips. Study before investing. Understand how blockchain, cold wallets, private keys, and digital security work. Diversify your portfolio. Don't put all your money in a single asset. Invest wisely and in moderation. Use secure wallets. Prefer offline wallets, cold wallets, to store large amounts of Bitcoin. Avoid scams and dubious ICOs. Stay away from projects that promise too much to be true. Consult a financial professional. A certified advisor can help you balance risks and opportunities. Bitcoin has just made history by surpassing Amazon and entering the list of the 5 most valuable assets in the world. This is a symbolic and practical milestone in the evolution of digital money, institutional acceptance, and the changing global mindset about what constitutes value. Whether you are a beginner, investor, a technology enthusiast, or someone seeking financial independence, now is the time to be aware of the transformations that are happening in the financial sector. Don't forget to like this video, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel to receive all the updates on the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and disruptive technology. And of course, leave a comment with your opinion. Do you believe that Bitcoin will continue to rise? Do you think it really deserves to be among the most valuable assets in the world? We look forward to hearing from you. Until the next video, and remember, invest wisely, always learn, and never stop questioning the future of finance.